Welcome to Learning by Doing with Praveen Kandan. This is Praveen. In this Java string programming playlist, we'll learn string programs step by step. This is Java programming string programming session number 22. Equals and equals ignore case methods we'll discuss. If you're confident about learning, then like the video, subscribe the channel for more updates. Please click the bell icon and select all notifications. Don't choose personalized option. You may miss some session updates. Let's get started. In our previous session, we have discussed about starts with and ends with. In this session, we'll discuss about equals and equals ignore case method. So usually equals method compares two string objects based on the content. Very important thing. Equals method compare two strings objects based on the content. We already discussed in our session from 1 to 15 phase 1 foundations concepts while discussing, if I'm not wrong. So session number 5 or 6, kindly watch that. So we already gave some basic introduction about difference between equals method and double equal to operator. So very important interview question, kindly look into this. So equals method means usually it will check two string objects based on the content, the sequence of characters both are matching or not. Exactly, it should match. It returns true only if both objects are of type string only. Important note, both objects are of type string only. All corresponding characters are the same and in the same order. It should maintain that order. If any characters, even a single character differs, or if the object is not a string, it returns false. Mark my word, this is very important. If any single character differs or if the object is not a string, if you are comparing, even though if it is same, it returns false only. Okay, so string class by default overrides the equals method of object class to perform content based comparison. So to achieve this content based comparison, it overrides the default equals method object, which will override string class. Okay, so we'll discuss with the example. Before that, the signature of Boolean equals is returns type is what is the true or false. So it is going to compare another one object only. The content is same, it will return true. Important thing, if and only if and another object is an instance of string. So that is also a string. Otherwise, return false. So first we'll discuss with real-time examples. Afterwards, again we'll go on to the equals ignore case. See here. Here S1 is the reference variable ABC. S2 is another reference variable completely different from S1 object, because S1 object A and B are caps, C is lowercase. S2 A and B, C three characters are caps. If I'm comparing S1 dot equals, both are string, so definitely we have the eligible to rights to check, because both are string. We already discussed both are string only, then only you can able to compare using the equals method. It will check only the content. So what you are comparing, s1 dot equals of bc. So s1 is what is that, capital A B C, equals of which string we are comparing, bc. So a b c and then this bc is not matching, so output is false. Or you can give s2 also here. You can give the string directly object, or you can pass one reference variable, so that is also a false. If I'm using the capital C, then the output is matching. Exactly, the content is matching. What is that? True. ABC and ABC is matching. Now it will return true. Okay. Same place. Here, S1 dot equals of S2 I'm using. I'm slightly changing this content to BC, capital B and then C. S1 dot equals of C. So capital B and C is there. Look at this output. So equals means the content should be the same. Output is false. But if I'm using contains method, we already discussed, it will check only the sequence of character, not exactly all characters should be same. So you see here contains BC. Yes, BC is present in this S1. So now look at the output screen. Line number 6 is false. But line number 7 is true. Important interview question. Line number 6 is false because it is not 100% exactly matching. But S1 that contains line number 7c, B and C is present in that same order. It is also checking the order. It is maintaining this order. Sequence of characters. Next, next, next to next. So B and C is there. Yes, it is true. So that is why we are getting the line number 7 as true. So I'm commenting this and then going with line number 8 equals of S3. Obviously it will return false only. See here false because it is uppercase and then mixed of a lowercase, but here S3 completely lowercase. So it is checking the case also. That is uppercase means uppercase, lowercase means lowercase should be present. This is a rule about equals. Got it? Even if I'm using this an if else condition also, it will return the same thing. See here? I'm commenting this line number 8 and then displaying S1 dot equals of S3, both strings are unequal because content is not matching. This uppercase and lowercase combination, this S3 is purely a lowercase combination. So S1 is mixed of combination uppercase and lowercase. S3 is purely a lowercase. So to avoid this ignore case, it should not see that case and all. To avoid these cases and all, we are having the method equals ignore case. So it check only the content. It won't check the uppercase or lowercase. That is what we have mentioned. Compares two given strings on the basis of content of the string, irrespective of case, irrespective of the case. It will avoid the comparison of uppercase and lowercase. Checks only the condition. It will also return type is boolean only. Now check the output. I'm using line number 9. See the output equals ignore case. So S1 dot ABC. Here also ABC. The output returns true only now. Equals ignore case. The output is true. Even here also if you are using, that is also returns true only. See here s3 dot equals ignore case. Okay, so here I should use it. I'll delete it. Equals ignore case of s3. Even s2 if you are using also, the output is true only. Both strings are equal. Before that one extra space is there. Yeah. See here we're getting the output as both strings are equal only, true. S1 dot equals ignore case also true. Then this S1 dot S2 also true. But if you are doing something differently, A, B, and D, it return false because case wise it will compromise it, but the character is changed. Am I right? Here A, B is okay, but C in S1, but in S3, D. So here you are getting the output in line number 9 as false. Okay. I hope you are clear with this. If you found the session useful, kindly like the video, subscribe the channel for more update. Have queries, drop the comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching.